Bonnie Dumanis is about to make an announcement regarding the criminal charges against San Diego police officer Chris Hayes. I'm Virginia Cha.
I'm Bill Griffith. 10 News reporter Melissa Macia is live at a news conference at the Hall of Justice downtown where they're awaiting Bonnie Dumanis. Melissa?
And Bill, Virginia, this news conference expected to begin any moment here. All the local media reporters gathered to wait and hear what the official announcement would be regarding the charges filed against Officer Chris Hayes. Bonnie Dumanis, DA Bonnie Dumanis, expected to come out here within the next minute or so. Now, we do understand that details of this investigation will likely not be revealed because of the ongoing investigation. But what we can tell you is that at least 7 women have come forward accusing Officer Hayes of inappropriate sexual misconduct. Now, Hayes was booked into jail on suspicion of 2 counts of felony false imprisonment, 3 misdemeanor counts of sexual battery. And let's go ahead and listen in right now. DA Bonnie Dumanis just joined us live.
Good morning, everyone. Today, the District Attorney's Office has filed criminal charges against San Diego police officer Christopher Hayes. The defendant has been charged with 2 counts of felony false imprisonment by menace and 3 counts of misdemeanor sexual battery. If convicted of the charges, the defendant faces up to 3 years and 8 months in state prison. I want to make a note that this case is still pending under review, and additional information continues to come forward and criminal charges are possible. The arraignment for Officer Hayes is scheduled for today at 1:30 in the afternoon in Department 12 of the San Diego Superior Court. At this moment, the defendant is out of custody after posting $130,000 bail. The District Attorney's Office Special Operations Division is taking the lead on prosecuting this case. The Assistant Chief of the Division, Deputy District Attorney Fiona Khalil, will be handling the arraignment today. Our Special Operations Division reviews and prosecutes all cases where a law enforcement officer is accused of committing a crime. Special Operations is also responsible for investigating and prosecuting crimes committed by government officials, attorneys acting in their professional capacity, and hate crimes. I realize that there's been a lot of media surrounding this case, including several public statements about the allegations from various sources. However, because this is a pending case, we are not able to discuss any of the facts, allegations, or evidence at this time. As prosecutors, we have an ethical duty to protect the integrity of this case and ensure the defendant receives a fair trial. We also have a duty to protect the victims in this case, and we're committed to pursuing justice on their behalf. I'd also ask that you respect their privacy as this case moves forward. Finally, I'm asking if there are any other victims who are out there or believe they are victims to please contact the San Diego Police Department at 619-531-1550 or the District Attorney's Office at 619-531-3965. You can also contact the District Attorney's Office through our website, sandiegoda.com. This defendant was in a position of authority and abused the public trust. We're working on behalf of the people of San Diego to hold him accountable for these crimes. I can take a few questions, but as I said, this is a pending case right now, and so I won't be able to discuss the specific facts or evidence in this case.
A couple days later, after Officer Hayes was arrested, there were more allegations. There was a woman who claims that there was an incident involving oral sex. Is that you haven't filed charges in that case yet?
We are filing charges on 4, what's in the complaint, Jane Doe's. And we are reviewing additional information as it comes forward for possible criminal conduct, and as other individuals may come forward, we'll review those as well. Yes, ma'am.
Can you talk about allegations that there was some red flags with Mr. Hayes during his early years of going through the academy?
We can't discuss any of the facts of this case or the evidence of this case. What I can say is that today we're filing these criminal charges, that this behavior is an abuse of the public trust, and as we move forward, we expect that we will have the evidence come out in trial.
Your office investigated the Anthony Arevalos case. We've heard comparisons back and forth. Is the Hayes case worse in your view?
We don't make comparisons in what we do. We deal with each case individually, and in this case, we've reviewed it, filed the criminal charges that we believe are appropriate in this case, and we take these seriously. And in this case, you've heard what the charges are: 2 counts of felony false imprisonment and 3 counts of sexual battery.
Can you clarify, those counts comprise 4 Jane Does, but how many complainants were interviewed and statements taken?
All I can talk about is what we've charged in the complaint, and we have charged 4 Jane Does. I think I might have misspoke about,
Respective 4 Jane Does.
yes, with respect to, thank you.
Can you give us a time, sort of a framework of when these incidents allegedly happened?
We'll be handing out the complaint, but the first false imprisonment charge is on or about October 30th of 2013. Count 2 is sexual battery on or about October 30th of 2013. And both of those relate to Jane Doe 1. On or about November 10th, we also have a sexual battery, and that again is of 2013. And on or about December 23rd, there is a 4th sexual battery charge for Jane Doe 3. And with respect to count 5, on or about December 24th, with respect to Jane Doe 4, is a false imprisonment.
As a top law enforcement person in San Diego, how can you restore faith in the system?
Okay, we're breaking in as they take care of
I
really
think
just
when we
housekeeping at this
prosecute,
point, because we
those
want to
who
talk
violate-
to the attorney who represents 2 of the women accusing Officer Hayes of sexual misconduct, and he joins us to weigh in on these developments.
Dan Gilleon's here right now, and Dan, you've been listening to the district attorney's press conference, and the first 3 questions sound like they were asked by people who have been watching 10 News and listening to you, because they were the charge of oral sex, which your client is bringing forward, the red flag from the academy from Hayes, and you brought that forward, and the comparisons to Arevalos saying Hayes is worse. What's your reaction to what you heard just there?
Well, that's pretty much what I expected. I was expecting either this or they were going to continue it again. These 4 charges, or these 4 women, these are the ones we heard about first. And then that's when the media broke out. And that's when my client, the one that actually had the most egregious act against her, that's when she saw on Channel 10 and she contacted me. So that was just maybe about a week ago. So I just don't think that they had enough time to file charges on something that has just been reported. So I mean, I kind of expected this, and I expect that there will be more charges in the future.
So you represent 2 accusers, but you're saying none of the 4 Jane Does that District Attorney Dumanis is talking about are in these complaints?
Yeah, those are all the ones that I think Lansdowne was talking about originally. And he was talking about the improper use of hands and the bad pat downs. They were talking, they're saying, using the term groper. So then my client came forward and said, no, actually it's much worse than that, detailed it, and it's just too soon for the DEA to put the case together, because if they file charges, the defendant has a right to a speedy trial. So it's not like, they get a year after they file charges. He could actually force them to go to trial right away. So they want to be careful before they actually file charges and make sure they have time.
Dan, real quickly with our last question, was Special Operations Division investigating? What does that tell you?
Well, I mean, I think it's within the DA's office. They're taking this very, very seriously. And, like I said, Bonnie Dumanis is, this is going to be a case where I think we're going to see her flex her muscles, and, and it's going to be pretty impressive, I would think.
Well, it sounds like it. I mean, just that she held a news conference just a couple of hours before the arraignment. So.
Yeah, she's trying to send a signal, I think, when, really the signal should be sent by the command within the police department. But, she's doing her job, and it's good. That's what we need.
Dan, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it. Meantime, we asked